Well, welcome back, everybody, to our From the Ashes shorts. Or maybe the shorts are just entitled because this whole tier list has gone out of crazy whackness and, they've gone extra long. So let's just restart this and say, welcome back, everybody, to the From the Ashes tier list. That's right. I think I'm going to go ahead and rename the shorts just tier lists. Let me double check with my comrades here. More so Arson
It
than
really took
anybody.
that long for you to decide?
Well,
You
I
had
was.
like nearly 2 weeks.
All right, so I guess he agrees. So from now on, our shorts are going to be known as the From the Ashes tier lists.
I'm not the one behind everything, man. That's you.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's only right to do that because, I mean, our shorts really aren't that short. Like, we did keep them short for a few episodes, like prior or before the Ben 10 list, but yeah, they're usually pretty long, so we're just gonna redub them. We'll probably keep them as the shorts until after Ben 10, mainly because I have all the cover art done. But after Ben 10, we will rename it, like, for sure, the From the Ashes tier lists. So that being said, this is episode 5 of our wonderful tier lists, and we have got what a crazy lineup so far. Like, I feel like Arson's gonna have to take a pretty deep breath to recap all of these aliens. And so, without any further ado, Arson.
You're going to do the final episode recap, man. I'm not doing I'm
N-
not doing nearly 70 aliens.
oh no! You're definitely doing it.
Give
Go.
you Grim, then I'll send him a screenshot.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Alright, whatever. From top to bottom, in S tier, we have Diamond Head, Swampfire, Accelerate, Heat Blast, Big Chill, Feedback, and Humongousaur. In A tier, we have Forearms, Ultimate Humongousaur, Upchuck. I'm just gonna freaking just say both Upchuck because both of them are basically in the same spot. And Gray Matter. In B tier, we have Brainstorm, Gravitax, Shock Squatch, Wild Mutt, Ball Weevil, Blocks, and Chromastone. In C tier, we have Echo Echo, Jet Ray, Stinkfly, Ultimate, Spider Monkey, Water Hazard, Pesky Dust, and Ultimate Big Chill. And finally, in D tier, we have Crash Hopper, Waka Trout, and Ultimate Wild Mutt.
See,
Squeeze.
that only took about 50 seconds.
It's gonna be a lot longer next time.
Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. But also, if I forgot to mention, we also have Grim with us. As always with these Ben 10s. You know what? I'm not even gonna announce them in here anymore. You guys should know by now. Grim and Arson are just here with me. So that's the way we're gonna do it. And we're gonna kick things off with a pretty interesting alien, if I do say so myself. Wow, what's up with that? If I do say so myself, there we go. And we'll start off with who was that there, Arson?
Everybody's favorite water boy, Ripjaws.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to start off with Rip Jaws?
Me.
So
All
you're so this is the one you're like, I got a lot to say.
Dude. He's so cool. I love Ripjaw so much, but I will say this first and foremost. He is so underutilized that I don't care who else you bring up. Amphibian, any of the Andromeda 5, any other alien. I don't care who you bring up. None of them are nearly as misrepresented or just unutilized as Ripjaws. Ripjaws is so cool for being such a simplistic design, right? And I love him so much. Easy S tier. I want to put him right behind Diamond Head. I know that's not going to happen. That is what I say though, because Ripjaws, not only has he just absolutely anytime he's on screen, it's like a horror movie, right? Like I've seen the. You guys seen the clip? I forget which episode it's for, but I think it's the one where like I think he fights Zambozo for the first time or something. But Ben is Ripjaws at the very beginning of it, and like he grabs this dude's face on a boat
Drags him
and
in the
just
water.
yanks him underwater, right? And then there's when he's fighting those crazy squid things. He's tearing them in half with his claws. He's chomping chunks out of them. And the design. It's so simplistic, but it works so well. We don't talk about the Ultimate Alien Force one. That one's.
At least he
It's
was
not
used.
bad. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's just
He was used, and then he never shows up again.
he pulls. I like that they kept the idea that Ripjaws has insane physical strength aside from just his jaws, because all he did was he just tore like chunk out of a wall and then transformed back. His design in Omniverse is pretty good. I still like Classic more, but I can totally understand if some people would like his Omniverse design more. But he's just so cool. I love him so much. He in terms of like favorites, I would say at my current like you have an all-time favorite and then you have a current favorite. He is my current favorite.
Well, I like him. Apparently not as much as Grimm, but I liked how they brought his species on board with what was it, Magister Pike? Is that what his name?
Palladay.
Palladay. Man, I was wrong. Sorry. Magister Palladay was a really good one. I liked his character, and I think it's funny how they used a voice that kind of was similar to if you guys have ever seen what is it, the Andy Griffith show, Barney Fife, kind of he had like kind of like a Barney Fife-esque voice, which was funny to me. But I do like him. So Rip Jaws is top notch. He's a great alien. Don't know if he's behind Diamond Head, but he is a good alien. So, what about you, Arson?
Oh, he has some of the best fights in the series, bar none. Like when it comes to the water fights, like in the original series, like he just has the best fight scenes because like they actually, at the time he was the only water alien, I guess, aside from Gray Matter, but
So
obviously
he's
what
aquatic,
happens
but
with
yeah.
that.
Mm.
Like I forgot that one moment where Gray Matter was like punching or like messing with the sharks.
Oh.
But no, yeah, when it comes to just any water situation, this was the guy. And since he was the only guy, that meant that they could really go all out with the animation with him because there was no other alien that could do what he does until later on. And it's unfortunate because later on, when there were more aliens that were aquatic, they were hardly ever used anyways. So, and when they were used, it had nothing to do with water situations. So this was
Mm.
basically the guy who, like, when water was there, or in those rare instances where like he just does show up, like in the middle of the desert or on top of Mount Rushmore. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
it just really sucks that like it does spiral. How effective he is out of water, because sometimes it's like, yeah, he can truck a little bit before he's like, oh, water, and then other times when he does turn into him, it's just immediately water. But like he's a charming guy. I really do like him a lot. Like, especially like the one episode that everybody does remember because it did center a lot around him, and it was like the Loch Ness monster or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was actually like an
Mm-hmm.
alien. He took the eggs back and that fight between like kind of almost a three-way fight between like him, uh, the mother, and the greedy dude who was in the suit. It was just really cool.
Yeah.
I know that like everyone talks about it, but dude, that scene, it's not, like the crazy part is it's not even like that like insane of a scene. But the way his mouth just opens when he bites off that dude's like, I don't know if it was like a taser or a flashlight or whatever, but like
It was one of his arms.
the way, yeah, the way he opens his mouth to do that, oh, it's so cool.
So
Sauce.
I do think he is probably, and you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I do believe he is his best water alien for sure.
Jet Ray's right there.
Yeah, but Jet Ray, I still think he's better than Jet Ray. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Jet
no,
Ray,
hold on.
Jet
Are
Ray
we-
is not
are we-
nearly as cool.
Okay, no, yeah, you guys are talking about coolness factor. I'm talking about effectiveness.
I don't care about practicality. I don't care about practicality.
Hold on.
No wonder you lose in games.
Obviously, he doesn't care about practicality. Look at a couple of the placements. So,
Yeah.
but I
That's why this
do
list is so garbled.
I do believe he is. I still think he's probably one of his best. When it comes to like aquatic, and like you said yourself, he had some amazing fights, like amazing. So you cannot, not factor that in. It has to be in there. He's had a really good run with the whole series, and he was used probably more than Jet Ray, I would think.
I don't know because
I'm
I think
indifferent
he
about it
was.
either way. Just play some wherever you wish.
I don't think he's S
I feel,
tier.
they're probably around the same
Did I
in terms
say
of like
that?
appearances.
No, but Grim did.
No, if he
I
wants to
said
place him
right
in S tier-
behind Diamond Head.
Yeah, which is S tier. The most I would be willing to go is probably like A tier with him, but I don't even think I'd put him that high. I don't know, but I just don't think he's definitely not C tier material. And man, I don't know. It's a hard spot to put.
I don't have a decision.
I
so-
think his biggest crime is that he just wasn't used enough. If he was used more, I think it would be so much easier to justify like my reasoning for why he should be S tier. But like just based on what he does from the few that we see, I think because he has such like crazy action scenes in the few scenes that he does have, I think that's what skyrockets him for me. Also, I don't know if this technically counts, but there were like the little like animated short things. There was one
You're gonna
time
bring up the one
where-
where he couldn't sleep and then he,
he
went to
couldn't
the
sleep,
bottom
so
of
he
a
turns
lake.
into Ripjaws and sleeps at the bottom of a lake. Yes, I love that.
All right, so I'm kind of indifferent as well. I mean, I could put him in a couple different spots, but being like a real grade, where would you truly put him, Grim? Like I know your heart says S tier, but where would you put him? Factoring everything in that Arson has said, where would you put him? Oh, it's difficult because he is a really good one.
Because like, while sure, like there are aliens that swim faster than him or all that stuff, but like at the same time, like we put Wildmutt so high just because like he didn't do anything crazy special. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I'm trying to factor everything in, and like I'm trying to be as non-biased as possible,
Right.
but like I without my bias, the most I can say is probably like top of A, simply because his fights they're a really like great way for the animators to be a lot darker, because like how we were talking about how Swampfire, Ben gets like sliced and diced and turned into a salad. Like I don't know if you guys remember the scene, but like there's one scene of Ben fighting those like those robot squids, and he grabs one and he takes it off camera. He like pulls back his head and he bites into it, and all you see is the oil just splash everywhere across the screen.
I actually don't remember that. Unfortunately.
I mean, makes sense. He doesn't have that many appearances.
Yeah. So I will say this. I can't justify putting him above Forearms. I can't. And putting him at the top of A would putting him above Forearms. I just can't do that. And bias aside, Forearms is more prevalent to the whole series. He's yeah, I just can't put him above. But if you want to place him somewhere else in A, I would be okay with that.
I mean, dude, I can't move from my original standing. I said S tier behind Diamond Head. He is my current favorite. I gave you what I logistically think. That's not what I truly think. All right, my heart. All right, you guys need to come up with your own decision if you guys want to bring him down to what you think he should be at.
I can't.
I have no say in this anymore, Phoenix. You guys did this to yourselves. I'm not partaking in this conversation anymore.
I can't do S tier. I can't. The most I
can totally understand why. I totally can.
The most I can do for real is probably mid B, for me. Which, I don't know where that would bring him down to between us. It would bring him down somewhere in A, I'm assuming, but
somewhere in A, yeah.
I still don't believe he would be like fully A material. I think because you made a really good point about Wild Mutt. Do I think he's better than Wild Mutt? Absolutely. Do I think he's better than, say, I don't know. I'm just trying to, like, to be fair, I think Ball Weevil should have been placed above Wild Mutt as well. And Shock Squatch, I love him. But I'm sitting here deciding, like, if I had to place him somewhere, I'm looking at the aliens and what kind of impact they've made and whatnot, and I'd have to place him like behind Ball Weevil, above probably Blocks, and that's in low B. So with your high S and my low B, I would probably say he'd be behind what is it? Ultimate why did I just lose his name? Humongosaur. Ultimate Humongosaur. I think he'd be behind. Mainly because we are counting the two whatchamacallits. Why am I losing everything? I can't even think right now. We're counting those as the same because they're the same alien basically. Upchuck. There we go. Upchuck.
Yeah,
I couldn't think. I don't know why I couldn't think Upchuck. But so mid A would technically be between Upchuck and Ultimate Humongosaur. And that's as far as I can go, because with you having a high S and myself having a low B, he would basically be mid A. I would say. It'd be kind of weird if we split up the two Upchucks. Be like, you're right between the two Upchucks. But since Arson has washed his hands of the situation, would you?
No. You need an opinion. You need an opinion.
I've been sitting here for 15 minutes.
I don't care. Say your piece.
I'm gonna break the rules so fast. You got me so close. Just give me a reason, I swear. I'm going to make Phoenix stop this recording so fast.
I'll pause it. No.
You know. Got you nervous, don't you?
I'm on the trigger right now. Like,
I'm gonna shatter everything. Look, I don't care. I already told you he's cool. He's fine. Do you even see the lists right now? Look at it. Take a good look at it. Take a
can't.
good look at the choices we've made, Phoenix.
Yeah. There's a
How
lot
am
of
I supposed to
craziness.
make a calculated decision? Some of these were made of practicality. Some of these were made out of fashion. What am I supposed to do? Nothing I do will matter at the end of this. Like, where do you want me to place him? Oh, well, actually, he's not better than Echo to me. But we already had this discussion. You already had this discussion. We can't
Right.
have him there because you guys have him at a higher tier.
Right.
And I'll be outvoted anyways, so my vote doesn't matter. So you decide where he goes.
All right. Well, with him out of it, hey, look, you don't have to come at me with that. Like I was the one. I was the one that said since he like got rid of his vote, and then Grimm's the one that was like, no, he has to have a vote. Like,
I'm just amazed that I thought this would be shorter if I took myself out of it, but it was actually longer.
It's a big discussion on where to put him. But we're gonna just put him mid A. That's where he has
fair.
to go.
That's
because of us two. You know, to be fair, if he would have placed it lower, he would have been lower than that. He would have probably been in B somewhere. So
I know.
All right. Well, moving on. we're gonna step aside from this because we've spent like 20 minutes from the beginning to now. So upgrades next. Let's go.
Upgrade is a pretty great alien. I do really like Upgrade. Sorry, go ahead.
There's nothing anybody can say when it comes to Upgrade for me because I love him. Like, just let alone, all I have to do is say one thing. Ship. That's it. Like, I love Ship. I love Upgrade. I just absolutely adore this alien. So,
you know, like, when I was younger, I thought his name was Chip. I don't know why. I just thought his name was Chip, and I was like, why would you name Upgrade Chip? But yeah, no, I love Ship. I love Ship. He's very fun.
Ship is so cool. Between that and the stuff that Upgrade can do, like that episode where he just like automatically took over Kevin's car and upgraded it, and just like the things that he's done are just so amazing, and I love it. And he is a very good alien. He's been around forever, it seems. And like has he been in every single series?
I think so.
Arson, can you say where he's been? Has he been in all of them?
Yeah, sure, man. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on, man.
Look, I'm sorry. The more I look at this list, the more my brain just spirals into like a bunch of different questions. But as for Upgrade, yes, technically speaking, he has been in all series.
So he's been pretty.
If you want to count Ship, then yes, he has been in all series. But as a transformation, he has been absent in Ultimate Alien Force.
Okay. That's what I was looking for. Like
technically, again, we're going back to freaking Heroes United. He did turn into Upgrade to upgrade Rex at the final moment of the special.
Okay.
So if you want to count that, then sure, he has been in the whole series.
Okay. So that's what I was looking for, and I think we are counting that crossover as well, right? I mean, we've been counting everything. If we count those stupid movies. we count other things
about him, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, if we have talked about him very little, mainly about how gray matter looks super creepy, but to me at least. But Upgrade is a super solid one for me.
He's got to be King of A or higher because this guy has had so much creativity behind him.
Yeah.
It originally branched off into one of the best villains in the series, Malware.
Oh my gosh, no kidding.
A species that was created by Azimuth. Really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And an entire episode, probably a few episodes, kind of mostly centered kind of around him. One of the big ones that I already know off the top of my head is the one where him and Gwen go into freaking sumo slammers.
Oh
And
yeah.
that is like already a whole different can of worms because the aliens there also have unique samurai-ish designs, which is awesome in itself. But we're not talking about that.
Mm,
But like Upgrade has just been around everywhere. He's just a unique alien because he was created. Any and all technology is fair game. And he, by himself, even if he doesn't have any technology, is lethal because he can shoot lasers. His body is stretchy enough so he doesn't take serious damage. Like, he was strong enough to tackle Vilgax off
yeah.
of his ship. So, like, I don't know what else to say other than this guy is, like, one of the best aliens all around
Well,
in terms of aesthetics and power.
right. And not only that, but like you got to figure when it comes to the baddies, like he was, oh my gosh, he, he was so good as a bad guy. Like having that whole story arc that they had. Like there was, correct me if I'm wrong, but his is one of the biggest story arcs out of all the aliens. Like to be fair, like overall, like talking about his how he was created, how like his species was created rather, and then how uh uh what's his face came to be, and what, man, I am really bad today. Like you just said who it was too.
Malware?
Malware. There we go. How malware came to be, and let's not forget about the time that malware actually got rid of one of Ben's aliens. You know, like it was because of malware. He lost a certain one that I really adored. I mean, he came back, but like I just like, man, such a good. And I agree with you, King A or higher. I can't even. I don't even know if I could justify putting him in A. like like he's that dang good.
Well, I
this
never just said A, I said King of A.
No, I know. I couldn't. I can't. I don't even know if I could justify putting him as king. Like, if I do, then that's good. But in the same sense, he's easily S tier to me too. So, but that brings up a whole nother problem of where to place him in S tier. So I would be okay with King of A as well. That would be dethroning the Mr. Forearms, but I I think this guy is well beyond Forearms, to be honest. like way beyond
Where
him.
in S tier would you put him then?
If I was to put him in S tier, it'd probably be right above Big Chill. That's how much I like him.
I'd say honestly, he's above Heat Blast.
Really? So
Yeah.
behind Accelerate?
Yep.
Huh. All right, well let's get Grimm's take on this real quick and see where he thinks he should be placed. There's a lot in S. I do think he's S like big time. But anyways, go ahead, Grim.
Yeah. I definitely think he's S. I think he should go above Heat Blast.
You think he should go above Heat Blast? Or are you saying do I think? Okay.
Yeah, I said do I think. Cause yeah, I think he should go above Heat Blast. Like he's just a really, really good alien. He's got a lot of stuff, like you guys said, the whole malware thing.
I mean, that's probably the deepest storyline that any of his aliens have had. I correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be, but like he's been in every single series, even if it was the special. And he's that darn good. So which is funny because I'm over here hyping him up, and I still put him lower than you guys, which is fine. I still stand by where I placed him. But because of my placement and your guys' placement, he goes behind Accelerate. and above Heat Blast. So there you go. Another member of the S tier club. That's 2 in 2 episodes. So so far we still have a lot to go though, and in a short time to get there. So let's go on without even any further stalling. And the next one is Goop, Mr. Goop. And
I'm just gonna say it. I think Goop's fine, but I don't know if I could put him higher than like high B tier. I like him. I do, but he's just there for me.
Goop gets the same treatment as Swampfire, man. He gets like plastered, smashed, stretched. Did you forget the feat where like he literally covered the entirety of Ripjaw's homeworld? That whole planet-sized ocean he covered so it wouldn't fall apart and be destroyed.
that's pretty OP.
You put some respect on this Goopy boy's name,
I like Goop.
then place him higher.
Also,
Do it now.
No!
I didn't know about the Ripjaws thing. That's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, really?
Because, like most of what people think about is like him getting like splashed, or him going into basically what's the equivalent of the destroyer armor and exploding it from the inside.
Oh yeah, dude's OP. I mean, I think
He's goopy.
His
if he
goop
does,
is acidic.
but without his little thing to holding him together, it's kind of
nothing.
hard. He's nothing. So that his biggest weakness
He
is
used that against Vilgax when he got the Omnitrix. Like Ben tricked him into like turning into goop, and then he grabbed the freaking gravity manipulator and then turned it off, and then bam, defeated.
Yeah. So that right there is a huge downfall, but his feats
It's a little hard though, considering the thing is really fast and
Yeah.
extremely sharp.
Yeah. So his feats like outweigh that big time for me. For me, I would place him somewhere in A for me. He could be higher. The whole planet thing was really amazing. So you're not wrong about that. He held the whole thing together. Like how you know? So I can occur with that.
And also, I know I've been holding this in my head for so long, but I just can't hold it in any longer. And if you want to roast us alive and like hate us for the rest of your life, that's completely fine. But the transformations, I love when he transforms, he melts, and then like the thing comes up and picks up his thing. And like that's something I've been quietly thinking about. I thought you guys would bring it up, but I guess that's my fault. I'm gonna take a bit of more blame for this one, but like I've been taking some of the transformations into account when making this or deciding where they go.
Well, his transformation is awesome. So yeah, you're not wrong about that. So okay, I feel like you want to place him in S tier, but or if I'm wrong, tell me.
No, not S tier. Again, like him freaking spreading himself throughout an entire planet, probably larger than Earth.
Yeah.
Is massively impressive.
Agreed. So where would you place him?
That's worthy of like probably above gray matter.
Oh wow, that low. I mean it's still high. Don't get me wrong.
Look, he's awesome. Like again, massively awesome. But like at the time people were just like, well, this is upgrade, only not as cool.
Yeah. I mean, he's pretty cool. He's just a big old
But like
thing of goop.
he's proven himself to be like someone that you don't just push over lightly.
Yeah.
I love his voice too.
Yeah. I'll agree to those terms. You know, I'll put him above gray matter. Like I feel like that's a good spot. Because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I don't think he could be a king of A. But A is, I think, where he belongs. So I'll agree to your terms. Above gray matter. So, what say you, Grim? Final thoughts before we move on?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Let's see.
Above gray matter works.
That really changed your thoughts on him with the whole planet thing. So, which is good.
And the transformation. That
yeah,
too.
the transformation is pretty killer. I mean,
Great to know that only now, like basically this far in, we're now now I bring up the freaking transformation, like one of the biggest things of the whole series.
yeah. And the thing is I think that would change some placements with that too. That would have.
Maybe
Not
slightly.
really.
I don't
Not really.
know.
Some of them
Because
do have
like they
unique
are a big part.
transformations. Yeah, some of them have unique transformations. Others are just like
There.
Alien Force, where it's like it just expands his rib cage, or like it does like the little heartbeat thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like they just transform.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. We've got goop and A above the gray goop, the gray matter. So next on our list is the monkey of spiders, spider monkey. I like him. Like,
Neat transformation.
yeah, he does have a neat transformation, and I just like him. He's been around for like ever. You know, he has got an annoying freaking counterpart to him. I can't think of his name right now, but he's always annoying, and he's voiced by Dietrich Bader. What's his name? What's the other spider monkey that's always like backstabbing Ben? I can't think of the name of the guy.
Simeon?
Simeon. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I think that's it. But he's always like he's an issue. He's a real pain in the neck. Even though like you could never trust him. Like every time he's around, you're like, there's something gonna happen. He's gonna turn on somebody. He's gonna, but talking about Spider Monkey by himself, I just like him. He's a really, really good alien to me. I don't know where I'd place him per se. He's definitely to me not C or D tier. But he's I don't know. I'd have to let's hear some more. Arson, go ahead, bud.
Well, I think there's I know there's one scene where like he does like do a traditional like Spider-Man swing through the city.
Yep.
But like as an alien, he isn't like he's surprisingly strong. Like of course, like that's a given, like spider monkey, but like you'd think like he would do a lot more. And he does, but it's just like it doesn't feel like much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little strange. Cause like he does scrap, he's not afraid to, but like it's just it's what it is on paper. Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
I think one of the more at least one of the things that I remember is like him facing with the crab dozer and him being able to kind of hold it off for the most part. That fight kind of got interrupted with a whole building dropping on top of him, but he was doing all right.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know where to rank him in all honesty, because he's like one of those things where it's like he's cool, and you also see his home planet, so that means you also see like his whole species thing like upchuck. But that's really about it.
I mean, for me, I think the highest I can give him is probably a low B. On my end. But we still have yet to hear from Grim, so
I'm pretty neutral on him. I don't think he's bad. But I don't know. He's fine. I definitely think he's nowhere near like C tier. I just think he's a solid alien. He's got some decent stuff, but I don't know. There's plenty more that I like more than. There's plenty others that I like more than him.
yeah, I think he's better than his ultimate counterpart.
Easily.
Yeah, because that's why I said he does not belong in C. Because Ultimate Spider Monkey is in mid C, so it's like, he's got to be at least low B to me. I think he's better. Do what? Go ahead.
I mean, he's I forgot. Doesn't Ben 23 also have him?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. He's just a neat guy. I don't have a huge high opinion of him.
Right. I think we're all in agreement with this one. Like, he's good. I like him.
He's extremely acrobatic. He has 4 arms. Not as cool as 4 arms, but
Right.
He's just Spider Monkey.
All right, so let's cast final judgment and move on because it's taken up time, and we did spend a lot of time on the bulk of the beginning. So, what do you guys think?
Okay, well,
what's fair?
One thing. I think if I remember correctly, when Kevin went insane in Ultimate Alien, like he was Ultimate Kevin, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spider Monkey picked up an entire lamppost and swung it at him, and then he went flying. So I mean,
yeah. I think I remember that.
Like going, gone. I mean, obviously, Ultimate Kevin came back because it's Ultimate Kevin. The dude was like roided up on a whole bunch of alien power and additional power that he stole. So, but still, that was pretty impressive.
It was. Man, that gives him.
All right, one final question, I guess, just to give him a little bit more a little bit more to talk about. Do you prefer his Omniverse look or his original Alien Force look?
His Omniverse looks not bad. I mean, I think I still prefer his original look better.
I don't like the Omniverse hair.
You don't like the little up
sideburns?
Yeah, the up sideburns that he has, kinda.
No, this is just not for me. I don't think that they're necessarily bad. I just don't like them. I do like his Alien Force design though.
All right.
Fair enough.
So, where to place him? that's I'm kind of stuck on this one.
I think low B is perfectly I think mid B.
So, are we talking above or behind Wild Mutt?
Definitely behind.
Yeah, behind. I'd have to say behind.
So above Ball Weevil, or and okay, so right there.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. Well, there we go. Let's move on fast. Who's next, Arson?
Oh, one of my favorite Ultimate Swampfire.
He's freaking awesome. I love his design.
I love this guy. Freaking switching from viney, almost to malleable to hard root in resin is so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Resin that explodes, literally.
He may be the first Ultimate that I'd say I'd almost deem worthy of S tier. Like he's good. I like him a lot.
He's up there, yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that he can also just basically do a Kamehameha, just exploding that whole freaking thing out of his palms.
Yeah.
It is lethal.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really have to say much about him either, Like it's
see is what you get. Like the second you see him, once he puts on the Ultimatrix, turns into Ultimate Swampfire and fights Vilgax, I feel like bam, he comes out swinging and he swings hard.
Was he
Granted,
one of the?
He kind of almost lost that fight, so he still kind of won it, but he had to dip out with Jet Ray.
Wasn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember which one it was, but wasn't he one of the ones that was not too big on like going against Ben, or was he one of the ones that were okay with it? Because there was a couple of them that were like, I don't know.
I think a majority of them were kind of just indifferent about it,
Yeah,
but they just followed Ultimate Humongousaur anyways because
yeah.
that was the only way out that they had.
Mm-hmm. I think he's awesome. So, all right. So, Grim, thoughts?
I like him a lot. That first fight with Vilgax, amazing. He kind of drops off afterwards. Like I know a little while ago, Assassin sent me a meme where it was Ultimate Swamp Fire. Let's him kicking butt, and then all of his other appearances are just him getting washed. So I
Yeah,
feel like that detracts a little bit, but that's not his fault. That
Yeah.
really isn't his fault.
he had a strong start. I think one of the biggest like saddening things was when Eon just evaporated him. Like that was it.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, again, granted, he wasn't the only one that even Waybig wasn't safe from that. Like he just
Right.
got eviscerated.
Uh-huh.
But like all the
But yeah,
same,
no,
I still love
he
him a
got done
lot.
dirty.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah,
well,
I definitely think he's S tier. I I feel like he might be above feedback, but not. I don't know. Like if he's above anyone, it would be feedback, but I don't know if he is above feedback.
I was
That's my thing.
actually thinking the same exact thing. Like, to be fair, like I love feedback. Don't get me wrong, but I think he's he's better. Like,
If I'm being honest, I think he's below Humongousaur. I
really?
think Humongousaur has more endearing qualities.
That's fair. That is
Yeah.
completely fair.
And Humongousaur being at the back, that's true too. Yeah. Oh man, it's
But like our first ultimate in S tier, like I think Ultimate Swampfire deserves it. As terrible as they
Mhm.
did him later on,
yeah.
like his
That first appearance.
the first impression, his design, everything. Like I know this guy still lingers in the back of many people's minds because
Yeah.
he's a really awesome ultimate alien,
Wouldn't it have been
and he's
cool
an
if they were able
ultimate.
to bring him back, you know? I mean, that would have been so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only way he would come back is Albedo, and I
Albedo,
don't
yeah.
think he ever uses him again. And then they'd have to go into the whole. Well, what would ultimate bloomed star Swampfire look like? So it's like,
Yeah.
Maybe he'd actually look good. No, I'm kidding.
So, all right. So, are you still sticking with what you said, Grim, or did he push you into the direction?
Yeah, no, I do think he should be behind Humongousaur.
You know, what's funny is when I was looking at this, I wasn't even seeing Humongousaur up there. I was just looking between Big Chill, and I was like, and feedback, and I was like, oh man, But I actually will agree to this. It's a good spot, and it's the first and possibly the only ultimate. I'm not going to say for sure, but this could be the only ultimate that makes S tier for us. Who knows? But the next one on our list, which I want to say because it's Mole Stash. I just love the name.
more stash.
Mole Stash. So,
This guy
I,
beat the tar out of Vilgax. That's all I have to say.
he's goofy looking though, and I love it. Like, he did beat the tar out of Vilgax. You're not wrong.
He was one of the aliens you'd think would be kind of useless, but he isn't.
Yeah.
The dude is surprisingly effective in combat.
Yeah.
And that's like granted when he beat up Vilgax, that was with the help of Skurd, giving him like the heat blast upgrade, but
Yeah.
like that was still Molstash's body for the
Right.
most part. If Vilgax punched him, who knows what could have happened.
And I like the character that's an omniverse that is Molstash's species that is on the station.
I like cuz like I know there was an episode in Omniverse that before like all those like alien cuz like I'm pretty sure like Pesky Dust, Waka Trout, Worst and Molstash were in it. They were like supposed to be like filler aliens that Ben turned into because I think Psychobos messed with the Omnitrix. And like when he turned into Molstash, he's like, "Oh, this guy is useless." And then he turned around and he's like, the guy's like standing right there tapping his foot. It's like, no offense, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
But that was before like they even like got the like I guess fully fledged transformation because it was still Yuri Lowenthal's voice. It wasn't like the classy like like type of like mustache voice that we got later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, still this guy was he was a cool transformation. I love that he could just control his stash.
Right. That's like my favorite
It is
thing
such
about
a
him. Like
it's such a cool power. Like, come on, who thinks of this? He controls his mustache.
that's so cool. I do like him.
Couldn't he fly with it? I feel-
I would say he
Couldn't
probably
fly
could.
with
I
the
don't know.
stash?
I can't remember if he did or not, but it makes sense if he could. Like, like that'd be hilarious to see if he did. Grim, what do you think of him?
He's goofy. I like him. He's goofy, and I don't know. I think he's in the same kind of tier as Blocks. He's a goofy concept with an alien as far as you could take it. I think. Well, it still is effective.
Yeah.
So I'd put him around Blocks. I don't know if I'd put him above or below Blocks though. I'm thinking about that.
In that case, I'd put him above. But that's just me. Like, I'd be down for a B tier for him. But he did. Man, he's such a neat concept. I really like him. But I don't know. What do you say, Arson? What's your judgment on him? Where do you place him?
I don't know. I'd probably place him behind. Again, it's hard just looking at all the aliens so far.
Yeah.
I'd place him behind Ultimate Spider Monkey.
Oh wow, that low. Okay, and C.
Actually, no. You know what? Above Ultimate Spider Monkey.
Man, let's see. You know what? I just thought of something. I have to actually agree with you. Like, unfortunately, because I'm looking at that C tier and I'm like, I can't justify putting him that high. Like, I know it hits me it back and forth with this, but mustache wasn't really used a whole heck of a lot. But I actually can agree to the C tier, like above Ultimate Spider Monkey. I could see that. However, I don't know. However, Grim has him in B tier.
Just make your decision, man. We ain't got all day.
All right, here. How about here? Unfortunately, it's not where. So 2 C's and a B. I say we put him above Stinkfly, and that would be a good spot for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, we're in agreement with that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like Stingfly has just had so much more screen time.
I agree, but also like I gotta factor in his B and RC's. Oh man, that pains me to put him above him because but we know the rules. So factoring in is a big thing, and so we'll put him there, and that leads us to our last and the worst. So yeah, I'm really indifferent about this guy, so I'm just gonna let you guys like duke it out and put him somewhere.
I want to put him at the top of S just because it'd be really funny.
Okay, now I'm going to,
The
that would be funny. And I've already taken myself out of
worst.
the running, so yeah.
worst is actually the best. I'll be honest. I don't even remember this guy's design. Like, I don't even say. I wouldn't even call him the worst. He's the most forgettable. And that's just because he has the only running joke of him being the worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he has had a couple times where, because you could literally beat the crap out of this guy and he will just be there. Like, I mean,
Pretty sure
he
you
just
could
won't
drop a
care.
nuke on him and it wouldn't do anything.
I'm just saying, like, you can't hurt him at all from
Well,
what I've
okay,
seen.
you can hurt him. You just won't feel huge damage for it.
Yeah. But that's really all he's got going for him, to be
Which I mean, like massive durability. That's a cool idea. It's just that like if you don't have a whole lot else to work off of with that, like not even just like enhanced durability, enhanced strength, but just like he doesn't have much of anything else.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
Um,
so where do you guys put
I
him?
I guess D tier because it's the same sort of thing with like Walkatrout. You know what I mean?
He'd be above Walkatrout.
This is up to you guys.
Above Walkatrout.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
right.
indifferent.
I thought he'd make D tier. I was pretty sure he would, but I just didn't want to be a part of it because I was like, I'm kind of indifferent, and I mean, he's named the worst for a reason, but like I said, he has got some massive durability, like massive. Like he took a beating in an episode of Omniverse and just like kept on trucking, like like whatever, like keep on beating me. Like I think Ben was actually like, come on, go ahead,
Hit me,
like,
hit me.
hit me and put some stank on it, But so there you go, guys. This is our updated tier list. And it definitely is up on the screen as of right now. Yeah, it's not much to say about this. The rest of this episode, we're done. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you do, please share some comments. Let us know what you think of our horrendous picks about Arson's rampage a little bit
It's
ago.
only gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's the next section, couple sections are going to be interesting too. So, but until then, guys, I hope you have a fabulous week. And yeah, if you want to know more about us, click that link at the bottom in the description. And that's it. We're out.